Is the audio okay? Hey. Okay. Is video also okay? Is PPT visible? Yes. Okay. So last class we were discussing regarding India-China border disputes. Okay. So see, today I'm not going to answer any questions. Okay. If you ask a doubt in the middle of the class, I'm not going to answer. Okay. So it's affecting the flow of the class. So if you have any doubt, you just note it down. Note the slide also. At the end of the class, I will answer. Okay. So don't disturb me in the middle of the class. Okay. So for some students, this is not okay for. Okay. Okay. So last class we were discussing that means the border dispute between India and China. So we have border dispute in 3 sectors. So this is Western sector. In Western sector, we are claiming 50,000 square kilometer of territory, which is under the occupation of China. In Eastern sector, they are claiming our 90,000 square kilometer of Arunachal Pradesh. Okay. For China, this Arunachal Pradesh region is a very important region. Why? Means because then only China thinks that only when China controls this Arunachal Pradesh, what they call it as South Tibetan region, then only they can contain the Tibetan revolt in China. So this is the understanding. And India clearly have said that Arunachal Pradesh is a part and parcel of India. India will never even come for a negotiation to say that Arunachal Pradesh is India, because already Arunachal Pradesh belongs to India. That you have to. And then in the Western sector, see, through this Aksai Chin only, a communication line is there. Okay. So this is Tibetan region, this is Xinjiang region. So through Aksai Chin only it can be connected. So so Aksai Chin is very, very strategic for China. And for India, from Aksai Chin only lot of major and minor streams are entering into India, the Indus and its tributaries. So that's why Aksai Chin is very, very important for India. So now what happens is, now China is now trying to cross the LAC. This was the recent problem. So now after the peace talks, what happened is, both the soldiers, they are withdrew at least 2 kilometers from the disputed that particular LAC. Okay, near the Galwan, particularly in the Galwan. Okay, and coming to the central sector, that is China, Sikkim. Sikkim earlier was a independent country. Okay, it was a buffer country between India and China. But in 1975, Sikkim became a part of India. So ultimately, what happened is through referendum only it came. 98% of the Sikkim population, they wanted to be with India. That's why Sikkim became a part of India. But China is not accepting Sikkim as a part of India. China wants Sikkim to be maintained as a buffer country between India and China. So this is the problem. But in 2002, China has accepted Sikkim as an integral part of India. Okay. So these are all the 3 issues we are having in this area. Okay. Okay. So now we'll move forward. Okay. See, this is a Chinese map. Okay, China is showing map like this. See, just to see what China, see Kashmir. This is what China is showing regarding Kashmir. And see, our Arunachal Pradesh is now with China. So this is China's official map, not Indian map. Okay. So approximately all together 50,000 square kilometer from western and 90,000 square kilometer territory China is claiming from India. Okay, east to Bhutan. So this is some more map for more information. Okay, I will show you more maps. See, in this territory only now this Galwan Valley, this problem was going. The standoff between India and China was in this territory. Okay, China is in the Rocky Nala. Nala means a pond. Okay, so in this area only Chinese troops entered. Down the bag oldie. So this is the territory. Okay, here is Siachen, very crucial point. Okay, so regarding Siachen, India and Pakistan fought with each other. This is Shashgam Belt. Already this area went under the control of China. So that also you have. Okay, and also in the Sangpong lake also some issues are going on. Map invisible. Is map visible? PPT visible, students? Okay. Okay, check on your side. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Oh, okay. Okay, we'll move forward. We'll move forward. Okay, so this is another map. Okay. And see, 2-3 years before, we had a problem called Doklam issue. So this territory is called Doklam. See, actually, this Doklam is a dispute between China and Bhutan. China and Bhutan also doesn't have proper demarcation. Okay, so in one particular part called this Doklam area, Donglang or Doklam. In English, it is Doklam. So this is the tri-nation point. Okay, Sikkim, this territory. This territory is the tri-nation point. Okay, Sikkim, China, Bhutan, tri-junction. Just above to that, where Bhutan and China are having borders, they have a dispute. The border is not properly demarcated. But what happened is in this Chumbi Valley, this is Chumbi Valley. In the Chumbi Valley, China began to build some kind of infrastructures, permanent structures like a road structure and also some kind of concrete buildings. Okay. So near the disputed territory, you should not build like that because you are legitimizing your claim. If you are building a permanent structure, means disputed territory means no party will be allowed to go and build some permanent structures there. So what happened is Bhutan doesn't have a very big army. Okay, so Bhutan for its security is depending on India. So Indian government entered Bhutan, Indian army, and then entered into Doklam territory. Okay, in the Doklam territory, India stopped the Chinese soldiers building this particular infrastructure. So because of the 2 years before, Indian soldiers and Chinese soldiers had a problem. Skirmishes like we have now, we were having in the Doklam territory. So see what China was trying to do is, see actually what happened is some months before that only China invited all the world countries, particularly more than 100 countries, particularly in Asia, Europe and Africa, to come and join the Belt and Road Initiative of China, which we are going to discuss. Okay, so in that meeting, India did not join. Bhutan also did not join. Why? Means because Bhutan doesn't have even a diplomatic relationship with China. Because Bhutan is a friend of India, India and China have a problem. That's why Bhutan also did not even open diplomatic channel with China. So that's why India and Bhutan are the only two countries among the invited countries who did not attend the Belt and Road Initiative. So China became very angry. That's why China came and provoked both the countries. See why China is trying this with this Doklam territory. See, it wanted to check that whether India will come to the rescue of Bhutan because it is not Indian border dispute. It is the second country, that means our friends' border dispute. Okay. All your questions at the end of the class. Okay. So the point is in the Doklam area is a border between Bhutan and China. So India doesn't have border with Doklam, but yet India went to rescue Bhutan on behalf of Bhutan. Indian army entered Bhutan and crossed this territory and then stopped the Chinese soldiers building some permanent structure in the Chinese part of Doklam. So that's it. Okay. So India said that if the border is not properly demarcated, you cannot build like this. But China said that this is not your problem. But India said that this is not your boundary, like that China said. But India said that even though it is not my boundary, I have a lot of interest. So like this India said. So India directly intervened in that Doklam issue, and then India stopped the Chinese soldiers building some infrastructure near the undemarcated territory. Why India is doing this corridor, we call it a Siliguri corridor. This is the chicken's neck. Okay, so if at all, if China attacks India, means China will attack only in this territory. This will be China's top priority because this is a narrow territory. China will cut this particular territory. If China cut this particular linkment, Siliguri corridor, India cannot access our northeastern states. Northeastern states will be completely cut off from our mainland, because otherwise we have to go through Bangladesh or through Myanmar. So the only way to connect northeast is through this Siliguri corridor. So if northeastern states are cut off from main territory, easily China will annex the Arunachal Pradesh region, particularly the Tawang region that we know. Okay, so this is Chinese idea. That's why India doesn't want China to build its military near that particular strategic point, vulnerable point. If China is doing it, when China is doing offensive against India, this is the open understanding. Okay, so people may think, why can't we allow the neighbor China to do something in Chinese territory? So just imagine your neighbor is preparing bomb in his side of compound. Will you allow it? So bomb explodes means your house also will get into trouble. So we can't allow it. Even if it is in their territory, they can't do permanent structure because that area is a disputed territory. It is a strategic location. If you allow them to build that particular territory, and that means increase their military strength there, means definitely this territory will be cut off. This territory will be cut off. This territory will be cut off. Okay. So our northeastern states route will be completely cut off. So that's why India want PPT not visible. Is PPT visible? Is PPT visible, students? Yes. Okay. So please check, Deepika. You check on your side. Okay. Thank you. Okay. We'll move forward. Okay. Okay. So the Siliguri corridor is very, very important for India to for our connectivity. If we can't allow China's amassing this military things near the border, so near the Siliguri corridor. Okay, so this is the issue. So the thing is, India cannot allow China to become very strong in this territory, because China doesn't have So in this territory, and all Chinese people are not there. So it is a rugged territory. So in these circumstances, we cannot allow China to increase the military presence there in this territory. So that's why India went directly to support Bhutan. And not only that, so what is China's intention is why they are provoking this Doklam. Doklam is in Bhutan-China border. So this point is only India, Bhutan, China tri-junction. Okay. So this is directly a problem between Bhutan and China only. But what was the intention of China is? See, China thought that Bhutan is under the protection of India. So this is the understanding. So China thought that if China comes and provokes problem with Bhutan, means China wanted to know whether India will come to the rescue of Bhutan. Okay, China wanted to check. Suppose to see, so because Bhutan is having a problem with China, whether India will be ready to face Chinese soldiers to solve the problem for Bhutan. So this was a bigger question. Suppose if India is not ready to come to the rescue of Bhutan to fight against a big enemy, means then two things will be clear. It is a victory for China in two ways. Number one, Bhutan will come to an understanding that here afterwards, for our external security, we should not depend on India. Or if you have problem with China, means India will not come to our rescue. If India did not came, means, but India went to the rescue, no doubt was there. But if India did not gone for the rescue for rescuing Bhutan, means then Bhutan will now will be given a clear and that means a clear signal that here afterwards Bhutan have to directly open a diplomatic relationship with China and solve the problem. So Bhutan should not depend on India. This is one particular point. So Bhutan's dependence over India will completely reduce. It is a victory for China. And number two, if India is not going forward to rescue the closest ally Bhutan, means other neighboring countries in India also will come to an understanding that here afterwards we cannot depend upon India. That means with respect to China, we have to directly deal with China. So to prove this particular point, only China did this, but India did not give a slight chance for any doubt. India immediately entered Bhutan and helped Bhutan, and we pressurized China. Our soldiers directly faced the Chinese soldiers. But China said that this is not our border. But India said that it may not be my border, but this is my direct problem. Because of the Siliguri corridor. And what happened is, this skirmishes were going on between the Indian soldiers and Chinese soldiers for 2-3 months. Okay, 2 years before. So during this time only, BRICS meeting was there in China. So this round of BRICS meeting is going to be conducted in China itself. So China is convening that particular meeting. Already we know what is the purpose of BRICS. What is BRICS? Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. See, these 5 countries, they have came together. This is an alternate power center to the Western domination. The world economy and world politics is completely dominated by Western countries. To give an alternate power center only, this BRICS Bank, this BRICS initiatives are there. So BRICS is an alternate Western forum or anti-Western forum. So China and Russia doesn't have good understanding with the West. They are competing with the US to become a #1 country. So for that, they greatly depend upon this BRICS type cooperation. So in these circumstances, if China provokes India, means what will happen? India will come out of the BRICS, or India may not attend the BRICS meeting. BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Suppose if the Doklam issue continues, means Indian Prime Minister cannot go to China and have relationship with Xi Jinping. So that means automatically India will not attend this meeting. If India is not attending the meeting, means BRICS will collapse. So this is against the interest of Russia and also China also. That's why China doesn't want to further provoke India. That's why it unilaterally withdrew from Doklam territory. Unilaterally withdrew. So the problem is not solved. The China provoked Bhutan. By provoking Bhutan, they provoked India. India went and had a problem with the Chinese soldiers, Indian army. So to not to create any problem for BRICS summit, what happened? Maybe Russia also might have put pressure on China. Why are you creating this unwanted problem? If you are creating, see, and note this, among these 5 countries, it is India, the only country in the BRICS country who have very close relationship with US. So it will become an opportunity for US to pressurize India to come out of the BRICS. India also will come out of the BRICS if China continues this provocation. So that's why China stopped provoking India, and then what they did, they withdrew from this territory. So this is a temporary victory for India. Okay. So this is Doklam territory. So Doklam territory is not in Indian territory. Note this. This is important. I'll show you one more map. This is Doklam. So this map clearly shows. So this is a pass, Nathula Pass. Through Nathula Pass only we can enter into China, and our pilgrims are going for Kailash Mansarovar region. See, Kailash, I'll show you another map. Okay, so this is Dokla region. Dokla, that is called Doklam. This territory is called Doklam territory. The border between Bhutan and China is not proper. Okay, so this is where the problem was. Nathula is the important pass connecting India and China. This is Dokla, another pass. Near Dokla only Doklam is there. Doklam plateau is here. This one. This is Doklam. This is Dokla. Okay. I'll show you one more. See, through this Nathula Pass only, our people were going to Kailash Mansarovar region. See, this is Mansarovar Lake. Kailash is here. So Kailash Mansarovar region is in China. Note this. See, Kailash is a important pilgrim center for Indian Hindus. Okay, so this is Kailash is the abode of Lord Shiva. So our people will go to Kailash to worship the Kailash mountain and the Kailash linga. Okay, so through this Nathula Pass only we were going. Because of the Doklam issue, what China have done is China have blocked this, closed this particular pass. So actually they said that this route is not safe. Because of the climate, some problem, lot of avalanche means a landslide were there in this road. So this is not safe for Indian pilgrims to go to Kailash. So temporarily they closed this particular. Okay. So this Nathula Pass is very, very important. That you check it. Okay. And see, this is the western side. The western side, this is the Siachen Glacier. This is the Shashgam Valley. This is the POK territory. And this is LAC, line of actual control. This is LOC, line of control. Okay. So this is China occupied Kashmir. So now in this territory only issues are now going on between Indian soldiers and Chinese soldiers. Now China is trying to cross the LAC. LAC is not a demarcated territory. This is the land where both the soldiers hold. Okay. So this territory, you have to know that it is under the control of India. This territory, Chinese army is standing. So this is the land. So now China is crossing the LAC and entering into our Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. So what is the real intention of China? No. Maybe they want the entire Jammu and Kashmir. Okay. So this is not acceptable. Okay. See what China is trying to do is, see, actually analysts are saying that China doesn't need territory. It is a rugged land. Okay. So no economic importance is there in this territory. But yet China wanted to prove that. See, the point is China wanted to be #1 country. So for that, it needs the support of all its neighbors, particularly India. But India and China, they doesn't like each other. India is a democratic country. China is a communist country. So the basic idea itself, we are different. Okay. So what China wanted is, by provoking India, they wanted India to realign our policy in line with the Chinese aspiration. Okay. So we have to change all our political policy, economic policy, and other security-based policy in lines with China's aspiration to become. That means all our policy should support China to become #1. So this is what China wants. Okay, but our policy and our economic policy, political policies are completely against China. This is the reason why China is provoking India. That means by provoking India, China is trying to give a clear signal to India that India should not join China's enemy to contain China. That means US. India-US relation is the biggest problem for China. Because India and US are having relationship, it will be inimical to the China's aspiration. China cannot develop. Okay, if China develops, means China is afraid that US may use India to provoke problem against China. If India is creating problem with China, China problem is there, means China cannot grow. This is what China is doing with respect to Pakistan. If China doesn't like India growing, means what China is doing? China will use Pakistan to provoke problem with India, and India will be busy in this particular problem, that border problem, terrorist problem, etc. So India cannot concentrate on development or growth. So this is what China is doing. Like that, US may use India against China. So this is what China is afraid of. So in order to ensure the proper behavior of India only, China is creating this particular problem. Okay. So China is giving a signal that if you are going against me, then I will create problem. We have to fight. You have to fight a war. So this is the signal China is giving towards India. So that you have to. Okay. And then you see, to solve the border problems, you have to note that since 2003, we are having special representative talks, bilateral talks. Every year we are having it. 1 year it will be in China, another year it will be in India. Okay. And in 2013 during Congress regime, we have signed the BDC agreement, Border Defense Cooperation Agreement. See, if at all in the undemarcated territory, if at all any issue arises, means what is the protocol to be followed? What is the next step to be followed? So those things are discussed in the, the procedures are available in the BDC agreement. But the BDC agreement is only a paper tiger. Paper tiger means it is only in the paper, not in action. That means both the countries are not following the BDC. That you have. So things clearly shows that China doesn't want to solve the border dispute with India. Okay, because it wanted the border dispute to be alive. Then only India will behave properly towards China. Otherwise, India, see, if all the problems are over with China means, then China cannot provoke a war with India. Then it will be free for India to do anything against China by cooperating with US. So this is the problem. Okay, that's why China is provoking India by giving a signal that India should not do anything against the interest of China. So this is a symbolically, they are reminding India periodically by this kind of provocations. That's all. Otherwise, China, by getting this additional territory, China is not going to benefit anything in terms of strategy or economy, whatever it is. Okay, just it is a reminder to India: be careful. Okay, you should not go against India. So this is China's warning towards India. And note that we are also having a joint military access with China. That access is called hand in hand every 2 years. The two enemy armies, they are having joint friendly military access. This is against terrorism. This is an initiative to counter terrorism. Okay, so every 2 years it will be there alternatively in China and India. Okay, and we also have one more problem called the stapled visa issue. Okay, so this is an issue regarding border only between India and China. See, you should know what is a visa. See, first you should know that if you wanted to go to some other country, you are an Indian citizen, you wanted to go to some other country, means first you need a passport. Passport is an Indian ID card. Okay, similar to an Indian ID card. So using the passport, you have to ask visa. Visa means a permission visa is a permission given by the country, nation country, to a non-resident to temporarily reside in that particular country. To access that particular country temporarily for job, tourism, medical, or education, whatever it is. Okay, to access that particular country for a temporary period, visa will be issued. While entering the country, visa will be in the form of some kind of sticker. It will be pasted in our passport. Passport empty leaves will be there, pages will be there. In that page, visa will be sticked. Okay. While you are entering that particular country, what they will do is in the transit, what they will do is they will put a seal. This is a signal that an alien has entered our country, a foreigner have entered our country. Again, while coming out of that particular country, again they will stamp that particular visa, showing that a particular person who is a non-citizen of the country have exit that particular nation. So this is the purpose of visa. So if you can just go through the passport of that particular person, means you can find out when he entered that particular country, when he came out of that particular country. So this is the understanding. Okay, so visa will be given based on the requirement. Normally tourist visa means it is 3 months. Employment visa, other visa, depending upon the circumstances, they will provide. See, what happened is, whenever an Indian citizen and the resident of Jammu Kashmir or Arunachal Pradesh, when they apply visa to China for friendly purpose only, for a normal visit, commercial visit or official visit, whatever it is, visa was been denied to those persons. China never give visa to those residents of Arunachal Pradesh and Jammu and Kashmir. So for example, what happened is one time there was an as a part of some UN initiative, China was about to conduct an administrative officers meeting. That means they have invited Indian administrative officers to attend that particular meeting. So all over India, a set of IAS officers, they went for that. They were about to go for the meeting, which is convened by China. Okay, but what happened is when an administrative officer belonging to Arunachal Pradesh cadre, that means IAS officer of Arunachal Pradesh state, when he applied visa to China, China denied him visa. Immediately India raised this issue with China diplomatically. So this is a peace initiative. They only invited us. Then why are you not giving visa to our officer? So this is a peaceful meet only. This is not at all political or any status. No, nothing. Okay, it's a peaceful initiative. Okay, but China gave a very lethargic statement, or very loosely gave a statement that that particular person doesn't need a visa because already he is a Chinese officer, and he is because Arunachal Pradesh, according to China, is a Chinese territory. So Arunachal Pradesh officer need not get a visa for China. He can anytime come and attend and go to Arunachal Pradesh because already Arunachal Pradesh is within China. So for our citizen, we won't give visa. Like that, they gave a very loose statement. So what happened is India cancelled that particular meeting. No IAS officer went to that particular meeting. See how China is responding to us. We are raising a serious issue. China clearly simply says that we did not do. That means the territory is our territory. So those people, Arunachal Pradesh people, doesn't need a visa to come to enter into Chinese mainland. Like that, they gave a statement. Okay. So this is how China handles India. Okay. This is the reply of China when India raised this issue with China. Okay. And what happened is like this, India is also doing something. Nowadays in China, they are giving e-passport to their citizen. In that e-passport, there is a, in every page, there is a watermark is there. I know you think what is a watermark. See, in the center of the page, some logo will be there, partially visible logo. Okay, partially means in the sense the opacity will be there. Okay, that means you can write whatever you want, but in the background that image or logo will be there. So in that e-passport, a Chinese map is being drawn. The Chinese map is similar to this map. This map. So that means a part of Kashmir and the entire Arunachal Pradesh in the Chinese map belongs to China. Like that map was there. So when the Chinese citizens who are having this kind of e-passport, which contains the Chinese map, which includes Arunachal Pradesh and part of Kashmir with China, when those Chinese people apply visa to India, how come India give visa to them? Why? Means because we have to stick our visa, that sticker over that particular page. That means the visa is an Indian document. It is even the passport. I am telling, the passport belongs to the country only. So even though you have your own passport, don't think that that is your property. That is government property. The government has given that particular property to yourself. Okay, so in the government property, you are sticking another government document. Means that means visa over that particular document. Means you are accepting that particular thing. So if Indian visa is sticked on the Chinese map, that means Chinese passport belonging the distorted Chinese map, means India is accepting the Chinese map. This is the understanding. So India officially accept that like that it will be there. So India cannot. So that's why China was not giving us that particular visa earlier. So suppose if China is giving visa to that Arunachal Pradesh officer, means China have to stick the Chinese visa over Indian passport. That means this clearly shows that the Arunachal Pradesh officer is an alien, not as a Chinese. That's why they were not giving visa. So like that, what India is doing is India is sticking that particular visa over that particular map. And India is also stamping a round map over the Chinese visa, showing the correct map of India over that particular. So what is the stapled visa? I will tell you. See, stapled visa means nowadays what China is doing is China is issuing a visa to those residents of Jammu Kashmir and Arunachal Pradesh. But instead of directly pasting that particular visa over the passport, what they are doing is they are pasting it in a separate loose paper, an A4 sheet, and they will staple it in our passport. Suppose an Arunachal Pradesh resident and citizen of India, he apply visa. So in his Indian visa, Indian passport, they won't paste Chinese visa. They'll paste it in a separate paper and they will staple it in Indian passport. While entering the country, they will stamp it. While coming out of the country, they will stamp it and remove that particular loose leaf of paper. That means in that Indian passport, there will be no proof that that particular person have entered China and exit China. If Chinese stamp is there in Indian passport, means this itself is an understanding that China accept Arunachal Pradesh is not a part of China. So that's why China is doing this kind of thing. This is called stapled visa. So China is using stapled visa, India is putting the round seal. So this is what both countries are doing. So so this position shows that earlier China never gave visa to the people. That means China clearly said that this is my territory, for my territory no need of visa. But this time now China is giving visa, but it is not officially pasting it in Indian passport. Instead, it is pasting it in a separate paper and they are removing the paper. So by providing visa, the understanding is China has accepted that this is a disputed. Earlier they denied visa, now they are giving visa. If China is giving visa, but although it is not official, they are giving visa in a separate paper. So if you give visa means then it shows that those persons doesn't belong to your country. Indian government will never give visa to an Indian citizen. How they will give it? Suppose Indian government is giving visa to me, means then the place where I am residing is not belonging to India. That is the understanding. Okay. So China is issuing visa, but it is not making it official. So both the countries have came down one step down, particularly China. Okay. But anyway, China still is provoking India in this issue. So this is the border dispute between India and China. Then we'll move to the other topics with respect to. See, last year, 2 years, in news we have seen like this. Shame, how can we let Chinese invade our nation? So China's incursion in Ladakh. But note that already China has invaded India. We are buying a lot of Chinese products. Most of the things in our home are made in China. This is the understanding. Now people are telling, no, we should stop buying Chinese products. To some extent it is correct, to some extent it is very difficult also. But we have to take personal initiative. So see, in 1905, the Swadeshi movement was there, no, against British, like that we have to do it. Okay, for that first we have to increase our manufacturing base, number one. That is very, very important. We have to produce everything. Even this Chinese apps I'm telling in mobiles, smartphones. See, India is number one in software engineering. That means in service sector. But you have to note that China, but India doesn't own any big. India itself is having a big market, but we are not creating anything. We are doing something for other people. We have to develop our own software. Okay, so we have to produce our own product. What are the industrial products we need? We have to produce ourselves. Okay, so by then only we can be completely independent of China. That you have to. Okay, and then next is the Brahmaputra river water dispute between India and China. See, actually this river in China, see this river actually originates somewhere near the Kailash Manasrovar region in China. In China, this river is called Yarlang Zangbu River. This river travels west to east, takes a U-bend and enters into India's Brahmaputra river and joins Ganga also. And finally, they go and mixes in Bay of Bengal. Okay, so this river, Brahmaputra river, is the lifeline of our northeastern states, particularly Assam. Okay, so actually in China side, China never uses this Yarlang Zangbu river because this river is not benefiting China. China never access the water of Yarlang Zangbu because no one is there in this territory. Okay, so this is the issue. But now what happened is, this Brahmaputra river, you have to note that this is often affected by flood, and even we have an international, inland waterway. Okay, from Kolkata to somewhere here. Okay, up to Assam, we have the inland waterway in that Brahmaputra. See, nowadays the problem in Brahmaputra river is during the monsoon period. Today, now this month, the Brahmaputra river is having full flood. Heavy flood will be there in Brahmaputra river. And note that Brahmaputra river is a perennial river. It is a Himalayan river. All Himalayan rivers are perennial rivers. Perennial river means river water will be there throughout the year, unlike peninsular rivers. In peninsular rivers and all, you have to note that river water will be there only during the rainy period. During the other period, no water will be there available in the peninsular rivers. But Brahmaputra river, 365 days water will be there. So during the monsoon period, heavy flood. But what happens is during the off-seasonal period, during the non-rainy season period, the Brahmaputra river is going dry. So this is the problem. How can a perennial river, that too a Himalayan river, that too a mighty river, will go dry? So this affects the livelihood of the people of Assam. So this is the problem, present problem. Okay, so what happened is this China, so what China have done is, China have built some kind of dams in Brahmaputra river and diverted all the water to the northern part of China. The northern part of China is water deficient territory. Already we know. Gobi Desert, Taklamakan Desert, rugged territory, no water is available. So China is building some dams in the Yarlang Zangbu river and is not allowing the water to enter into India. Okay, so particularly this Zangmu dam. These are all the other dams, Dagu, Ziu, Zaicha. So these are all the other dams. Okay. When India claimed that, raised the issue with China that, see, this is a Yarlang Zangbu river. Yarlang Zangbu river, during the winter period, that means during the off-seasonal period, you have to know that water is going dry. The perennial river, no water is there. That means somebody is stopping the water or diverting the water. This is the understanding. So India raised this issue with China and said to China that in Brahmaputra river water is not coming. So you are building some kind of dams and diverting the Yarlang Zambu river water to China, to the northern part of China where water is deficient. Okay. But China never accepted this. China said that no, I am not diverting the water, I am not doing anything. Like that China replied. But later, after this satellite images, everything was very clear that China not just built one dam, but a series of dams. But this time China accepted that yes, some dams are there, but these dams are not meant for diverting the water. These dams are, they call these dams of run-off river project, run-off river. Run OF, run off river project. So what is run-off river project means? That means without affecting the flow of the water, they can use the water for some purpose. For example, for producing hydroelectricity. See, hydroelectric power plant. Hydroelectric power plant doesn't consume water, but they will use the water. That means water, they will use the running water for producing electricity. So no actual water consumption will be there, but they will utilize the water. So these kind of projects are called run-off river projects. For example, for boat navigation. See, if the upper riparian state is using the river water for boat navigation, means they are not consuming the water. It is not no consumption, actual consumption is there, but they will utilize the water. So these kind of projects are called run, 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 OF, run-off river project. So this is acceptable according to international customs traditions. Okay. So China said that this is a run-off river project only. I am not diverting the water. I am not consuming the water. But since water level is dropping down, sometimes dry. See, Brahmaputra is a very mighty river. Unlike our peninsula river, sometimes the breadth of the river will go in miles in some areas. 2-3 kilometers, 4-5 kilometers, like that and all will be there. That much breadth, biggest river. Okay. So if the biggest mighty river is going dry, means just imagine what will happen. Okay. So India is raising this issue, but China is. So what India is asking China is, if you are not really diverting the water, means give me the hydrological data. How much water is entering into your dam? How much water is coming out of the dam? You give me the data. China is not giving it. So actually China is sharing this hydrological data for 3.5 months. So that means 105 days. Why? Means because for flood forecasting, that too China is doing it during the monsoon period. That means now China will share. So during the monsoon period, it is India itself know very well that the Brahmaputra river will flow up to the brim. Okay. So it will be, every year flood will be there in Brahmaputra. Assam is now under flood. Everybody knows this. So in the name of flood forecasting only, China is sharing the data. But they are sharing the data only for 105 days, water data. But India want China to share the hydrological data, that is water data, for 365 days. China is not ready. And for sharing this particular 105 days data also, India is giving money to China. We are paying China to get that particular data. Okay, but China is giving that particular data only during the monsoon period, which India already know that Brahmaputra river will be full of flood. Okay, so this is the present problem going on between India and China regarding Brahmaputra. Okay. This is the second issue. Next is the South China Sea dispute between India and China. See, actually, South China Sea is a problem between China and the Asian countries that you have to know. Okay. So in South China Sea, in the maritime territory, these countries are having problem. Asian countries means 10 countries. Particularly among the 10 countries, Vietnam, Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, these countries are having problem. Okay. So Malaysia, there are 2 Malaysias are there. This is also Malaysia, not this. This is also Malaysia. This is mainland Malaysia. Okay. This is also Malaysia. See, what is the importance of South China Sea? That we have to find. Okay. So you can ask all the data, all the questions at the end of the class. Okay, just note it. Let me finish it and then we can ask data. I will give you time. Okay. So this is South China Sea. In South China Sea, we have China and the Asian countries, Southeast Asian nations, they are having problem. See, issue number one is you have to note that the countries like Brunei, this is Brunei, and Malaysia. These countries are oil producing countries. That means in this territory, oil is available. So it is expected that like in South China Sea, a lot of islands are there. No? In these islands are also petroleum products are available. Already we know China have all the products China want except oil and gas. So obviously what happens is China claims this South China Sea. Okay, so thinking that it can get oil. So one is regarding hydrocarbons. Okay, so in South China Sea, petroleum is available, oil is available. China wanted to get that particular, exploit that particular oil. So that's why they are having problem with Brunei, Malaysia, etc. So this is issue number one. And issue number two is fishing rights. See, whenever this Vietnam fisherman and this Philippines fisherman, they are coming for fishing this territory, China is not allowing them to fish. Actually, it is not the problem of fishing. It is the problem of territorial sovereignty. So China says that this is China's territory. How come your fishermen can come and fish? They are sinking the boats of this fisherman. So this is issue number two. One is oil. Second one is fishing issue. And third one, why China is more concerned with this South China Sea, I will tell you. See, already we know that China's biggest objective is to have a reliable access to Indian Ocean. Already this territory is this is called Malacca Strait. Malacca Strait is very, very vulnerable. So the point is, a lot of islands are there in this South China Sea, and some of these islands are under the control of Vietnam, Philippines, etc. And China is claiming the entire South China Sea, disputing with this particular country. So to fight against China, Vietnam, or Philippines, what they may do is, suppose this particular island belongs to Vietnam, means Vietnam may seek the help of whom? US. Or sometimes Vietnam may give one of the island to US. So US will have a base, naval base. If US is having a naval base in any one of the islands in South China Sea, then it will create security problem for China. Okay, so already China feels that it is vulnerable. These islands should not go under the influence of US or any other third party. So this is what China is thinking. That's why what China is doing is, China is claiming the entire South China Sea. So this is what China is doing. China claims the entire South China Sea. So that nobody can, no extraterritorial power will enter this particular territory and will create security problem for China. So this is the problem regarding South China Sea. Okay, so now you see what China is doing when Philippines and Vietnam fishermen are coming to fish. They are not, China is not allowing, see, China doesn't need these fishes, but China will never allow Philippines and Vietnam to fish in this territory. And ASEAN is calling for code of conduct. Please follow code of conduct. China's code of conduct is not following any code of conduct. Everybody knows. China will never listen to anyone. So all China is trying to do is not allowing these two countries fishermen to fish in this territory. See, actually, there are three disputed group of islands are there. Okay, so one is Spratly Island. Another one is Paracel Island. Third one is Scarborough Shoal. So these are all the three important group of islands which is under dispute in South China Sea. And note that all these countries, including China and the 10 Asian countries, they are all parties to this UN clause agreement. This agreement is very, very important. What is UN clause? United Nations Convention for Laws of Sea. United Nations Convention for Laws of Sea. Okay, LAWS, Laws of Sea. So in sea territorial disputes and all will be solved according to UN clause agreement. It was signed, a series of agreements signed in 1980s and 90s. According to the UN class agreement, so for example, this is India means from India up to 200 nautical miles. This is not miles actually. This is nautical miles, N mile. Up to 200 nautical miles. That is, this is 200 nautical miles. 200 nautical miles. That is the exclusive economic zone of that particular country. So the 200 nautical miles from the baseline of India, territory of India in the sea belongs to India. That is the exclusive economic zone of the country. What is the rights of the nation in the exclusive economic zone? All the living resources and non-living resources belongs to this country. See, whichever country is having sea, from that border until 200 nautical miles, what are all the things available in this region, whether it is living or non-living. Living means fish, non-living means minerals, non-living things, minerals, sea modules, other things available inside the sea, including petroleum, belongs to that particular country. Okay, so this is what the UN class agreement says. And not only that, until the end of the continental shelf. So this is the Indian continent, Indian continental landmass. Okay, but note that inside the sea also the continental see, I'll draw. Okay. So this is India. So this is India. Okay. So don't think that the continental landmass stops here when the sea starts. So you can ask all the question at the end of the class. Okay. So so let me finish. I'll answer everything. Don't worry. Okay. So don't think that the continent ends at the end of the seashore. The continent extends into the sea also to some extent. So until the end, so after that, what will happen is, see, until that means the continent extends under the sea also to some extent. Okay. So here and all, the depth will be very, very low only. This is called continental shelf. So this region only we call it as continental shelf. So until the end of the continental shelf, very low depth only will be there. Suddenly, there will be great depth will be there in the sea. So this is deep sea. Deep sea. Okay. So until the end of the continental shelf, that particular country has sovereign right over the minerals. Okay. So this is according to UN class agreement. That you have to know that. Okay. But what happens is, for example, this is India. This is Sri Lanka. Okay. The total distance between the two countries is less than 12 nautical miles. So in this kind of cases, UN class agreement doesn't have any solution. So this is the point. For example, from Chennai, if until 200 nautical miles belongs to Indian exclusive economic zone, easily we can say. But that means between Mannar and that means Sri Lanka and Rameshwaram, this territory, the total maritime distance between India and Sri Lanka is 12 nautical miles. So here, no clear-cut idea is there given by UN class how to claim the territory. So normally, with respect to Sri Lanka, what we are having is we exactly divide the existing sea territory into two. This part belongs to India. This part belongs this belongs to Sri Lanka. This part belongs to India. So like that only it is there. So see this map. So here, what that means, this is a closed South China Sea is a closed Pacific Sea. Okay, this is the closed sea. So what China is doing is, China is telling, since I am following UN class agreement, from the baseline of China is demarcating 200 nautical miles, and it is telling that the entire territory is my exclusive economic zone. If China demarcates, means it is goes up to the beach of Philippines, it is going up to the beach of Vietnam. If it calculates like this, you can understand. So this is what China, because China is a strong country, China is doing like this. See, so like this only countries hold the territory. Whichever by historic access, whichever country is stronger, they will claim more territory. So UN class agreement doesn't have solution for this, because this South China Sea, the total distance is less than 200 nautical miles. So if Philippines calculates means it will go up to Chinese beach. Can you understand? So this is the understanding. So because China is a strong country, China is telling. That's why I'm telling the entire South China Sea belongs to me only. This is what China is. That's why there is a problem. So if it is a closed sea, means what should happen? Both the countries should divide the territory into half. One part to China, one part to this. Like this, it should be there. It should be divided into half. But it is not the case. Being China a strong country, what China is doing? China claims the entire South. So this is what happened. I will show you one more now. You ask all the question at the end of the class. Audio video problem means audio not clear. Is audio clear? Is audio clear, other students? Yes. So Sivaranjani, you see on your side. Lagging means your side internet problem. So other people are having good. Okay. Okay. Thank you. We'll move. Okay. See again I will explain. Okay. So up to 200 nautical miles is the exclusive economic zone of the country. But some countries have which are around and closed sea. This 200 nautical miles overlaps. Exclusive economic zone of different country overlaps. So this is the problem. That's why what China is doing is wherever in South China Sea they have a island. China is telling it is mine. So these Asian countries are small countries in terms of military. So they were not able to do anything against China. So this is what happened. This is the problem. Now I will show you a better map. See, this map clearly shows the different claims of different countries in South China Sea. So this is Paracel Island. This is Spratly Island. This is Scarborough Shoal. These are all the three disputed islands. Why China wanted to control the entire South China Sea? Because it doesn't want any of these islands to go under the influence of any foreign country. So this is the understanding. For example, take the case of Paracel Island. See, Paracel Island earlier to 1970s, it was under the control of Vietnam. In 1975, I think China and Vietnam went for a war, and China occupied the entire Paracel Island. Vietnam lost all the Paracel Island. And Spratly Island is a group of more than 100 small islands. The Spratly Island. So nearly more than 50 islands were under the control of Vietnam. And China controls some 10 islands. Some other islands are under the control of other countries. This is Spratly Island. Okay, and Scarborough Shoal is a problem between China and the Philippines. When Philippines fishermen are coming to fish in this territory, China is not allowing the fishermen to fish. So what Philippines did is Philippines went and you raise all your question at the end of the class. Okay. So Philippines raised this issue and filed a case in international court, Hague Court. And Hague Court also gave the verdict in favor of Philippines. But China is not accepting that verdict. China is telling, I will not even get the copy of the verdict, like that China is. See, this is the different claim of different states. So this line is the territory, this is the claim of Vietnam. Okay, so this brown line is the claim of Brunei. This dark green line is the, this green line is the claim of Malaysia. Okay, this yellow line is the claim of Philippines. And this is the claim of China. Okay, so China wanted the entire region to be under its control because it is the international, an important trade route for China. So this is the problem. That's why China wanted to control the entire South China. So these are all the different claims of different countries. Philippines filed a case against China and won the case, but China is not accepting the verdict. That you have. So this is South China Sea dispute. And note that in South China Sea, in one of the defense paper, China, this is China's official claim by putting 9 dashes. 9 dash. This is called the China's 9 dash. Official claim of China in South China Sea. So China claims the entire South China Sea. This is the understanding. So now we have to find out What is India's interest in South China Sea? What is India's concern in South China Sea? See, India's concern comes with respect to Vietnam. Vietnam and India are close allies, that you have to know. So with respect to Vietnam, Vietnam, we have signed an agreement, bilateral agreement. According to that, in the Vietnam claimed territory, India is going to explore, Indian ONGC is going to explore oil. So this was signed during Manmohan Singh's period. China opposed this. China said that this is not Indian territory, India should not come here. But what India is doing is, India clearly said to China that I am not coming and exploring in Chinese territory. I am coming and exploring only in Vietnam's territory. Like that, the present government pushed that particular deal. Now our ONGC is exploring oil and gas. By support, that means by signing this deal and proceeding with this particular deal, we are supporting Vietnam's claim in South China Sea. Vietnam's claim in South China Sea. Okay, so this is one concern. But don't you think that India, it is too much for India to go and fight for China just for the sake of oil? Okay, so because we are getting oil from other sources, then why we have to go and fight with China? So our main interest is not this oil, that you have to note. So India, Vietnam, oil exploration deal, that's all. In South China Sea, in Vietnam claimed territory, India is exploring oil. Indian ONGC. ONGC is there, no? Indian Oil and Gas Agency. Okay, so that ONGC is exploring oil and gas. But China objected this. India said, I am not doing it in Chinese territory, I am doing it only in Vietnam's territory. This is the official reply of India. So this is one. Oil is one factor why India is showing interest, but this is not the most important factor. See, China, why China wanted to claim the entire South China Sea? Because of the vulnerable sea route for China. Through this route only, China can access all the oil, because China doesn't have oil. If China wanted to import oil from Africa and West Asia, means through this only it have to come. Number one. And number two, through this only China is importing raw material from Africa also. And through this same route only, China is sending all its finished product to India, West Asia, Africa, Europe. So this is China's trade route. That's why China wanted to control the entire South China Sea. If China thinks that it is its trade route, it is also the trade route of India. Through this only, India is connecting Taiwan. India will connect South Korea. India will connect our close ally Japan. Japan and India are very close allies. See, even because now we are having problem with China in the border, Japan has given open support to India, because we are having a common understanding with Japan with respect to China, because this is an important trade route for India and Japan. So if Japan wanted to connect India, Japan have to come through this South China Sea only. See, the point is, if China controls this territory, China will block this particular territory. That is the understanding. We can't go through this territory by sea and also by air also. Airplane also cannot fly in this particular territory. So what India wants is, you can even note this, India wants, you can write this, India wants freedom of navigation. India wants freedom of navigation over sea, that means waterways, and airways in South China Sea. So in South China Sea, we want freedom of navigation over sea. Sea means ship. We want, that means this is our trade route. So you can't enter into another country's controlled territory and have trade. Okay, anytime China may block it. So this cannot be accepted. So that's why India is telling it should be an international waterway. It should not be Chinese water. So if China claims this territory, this territory will become Chinese water. So India doesn't like it, Japan doesn't like it. Not only just because of Japan. If India wanted to supply any kind of material to western part of US, California, San Francisco, that means it will move like this one. Like this one. Like this only it have to go through Pacific Ocean. So this line also is cut down. So that's why you have to note that India, Japan, Australia, US, all these four countries have a common understanding regarding South China Sea. India, Japan, Australia, and US are having a common understanding regarding, or we can say they have a joint vision regarding what they call it as Asia Pacific region. Pacific means South China Sea. Asia means this side, Indian Ocean. In Indian Ocean and Pacific Ocean, we all countries have a common vision. So nowadays, what these Western countries are doing is instead of naming it as Asia Pacific region, they are naming it as Indo-Pacific region. Indo-Pacific region. Indo means Indian Ocean. Pacific means South China Sea. So in Indian Ocean and South China Sea, all these four countries doesn't like Chinese domination. Okay, so this is the understanding. Okay, so South China Sea is very, very important for India because this is a sea trade route and a air route to Japan, North Korea, Taiwan, and US for India. If China occupies this entire territory, China, every time we will be at the mercy of China to cross that particular territory for innocent passage. So innocent passage means for commercial purpose we are going there, man. China will not allow it. So we will be at the mercy of China. And China doesn't like. India doesn't like this. That's why India, along with US, Australia, and Japan, we are having a joint vision. Okay, all these four countries form a group, a forum called Quad, Q-U-A-D. We'll discuss that later. Quad. So in this Quad, you have to note that India, Australia, US, and Japan are against China. They are against China. Okay. India, North Korea, South Korea, India, Japan, India, Taiwan, India, US. So this is the trade route. And if these countries wanted to connect to Indian Ocean, means this is the trade route. Through South China Sea only all the ships have to pass. But China claims the entire territory means that is not acceptable. So India wants this territory, South China Sea, to be a international water. It is what India wanted to be a public highway. It should not be under the control of China. So this is what India wants. So this is South China Sea dispute. So next we'll move to the trade relation. Regarding trade, I'm going to give you one small data only. Okay, the total trade, approximate trade. So this is not the exact data. Approximate trade between the two countries is $75 billion, and India exports only $17 billion, but imports $58 billion. That means approximately $40 to $50 billion worth trade deficit India is having. Or approximate data. So the thing what you have to know is India is having trade deficit with China, and the trade deficit is $40 billion to $50 billion. That means annually India is paying $40 billion in cash to China. Apart from the $70 billion, we are sending it back as goods. We have to give them pay in cash $40 billion. And it is said that by 2050, in another 30 years, the total bilateral trade between the two countries may touch $1 trillion. Because definitely after 30 years, half of the world population will be living in India and China. That's why. So up to $1 trillion worth the trade is possible. Now it is only $75 billion. Okay, 75 from 75, it may go to $1 trillion. So this is the understanding. So total trade is approximately $75 billion. We are importing more than exporting to China. Total trade deficit is $40 billion. By 2050, bilateral trade may touch up to $1 trillion. That much amount potential is there between the two countries. That you have to. And see, these are all the items China is exporting to India. Telecom equipment, equipment for power plants, mining, other things. Okay, computer peripheries, iron and steel, antibiotic, fertilizer, boats, dredges, air conditions, etc. So these things only China is exporting to India. And what India is exporting to China, you see, copper, copper alloy, iron ore, cotton, zinc ore, unwrought lead, synthetic fiber, vegetable fat, telecom, and high-end telecom equipments. Low-end telecom equipment, we are buying it from China. High-end, we are sending it to China. So clearly, this data clearly shows that we are sending raw materials and China is sending us finished product. Okay, so if India is aspiring for #1 in the world in the future, means India wanted to become a superpower, means we need raw material. We should not send our raw material. That you have to know. Okay, so this also clearly shows that China is having a very strong industrial base. India is having a very weak industrial base. If you have a very good industrial base and skilled labor means, we can convert all this raw material into finished product and then send it to other and earn a lot of money. So this is what happening. Now China, India is, that means India, the general trend, the mentality of Indian government and India is, we have to stop importing more from China. That is, or literally we have to stop, or at least we have to, judicially only we have to import. Unwantedly, we should not buy things from China. Like that, the general mentality. Okay, so this is regarding trade. So next topic we'll discuss string of pearls policy. We'll take a break and then we'll continue. Okay, we'll take a 2-3 minutes break and then we will discuss the string of pearls policy, the last topic between India and China. Take a small break. Okay, thank you. We'll continue. Okay, thank you. Okay. See, string of pearls policy is actually a notional concept. Notional means an imagined idea, okay, of China. See, what is the policy is? So already we know very well that China wanted to access Indian Ocean desperately, okay. So China doesn't have a clear access to Indian Ocean. So because of the Malacca Strait, so it wanted to access Indian Ocean. This everybody know, okay. So this is China's weakest point. Linking Indian Ocean, connecting Indian Ocean is the weakest position of China so far. So what China is doing is, all along the oil supply route and trade route, what China is doing is, China is developing ports. China is developing ports all along the trade route of China. But actually, these ports are all of commercial nature only. Okay, these ports are commercial nature only. But India feels that these commercial ports maybe in the future may become a military port. Chances are there. So India feels that by developing commercial ports all along the trade route of China, what China is doing is, China is encircling India in Indian Ocean. So this idea is called string of pearls policy. So China is encircling India in Indian Ocean in the name of developing its trade route by developing ports all over the Pacific, Indian Ocean. Okay, so India feels that Indian security is under danger. Why India feels like this? See, for example, there is always a proverb is there: flag follows finance. See, for example, in your area, I am coming and putting my finance, investing my money in your area, man. Then to protect my investment, what I will do is I will send my security forces. Like that, if China is developing all these ports, means what China will do? China will first do it for commercial purpose, and to ensure the commercial activity profit, they will send their security forces. So this is history. From history we can take a lot of examples. For example, with respect to British India, you just see string of pearls policy. Okay, string of pearls policy. So that is the policy name. See, that means, see, British came to India for commercial purpose. So first finance came. For finance, they began to intervene in political affairs and finally conquered India. So this is, so flag follows finance. Flag follows finance. Flag means authority. Follows means coming behind. Finance. So if I put my money means, then to protect my money, I will send my authority. Authority means military. So these ports initially may be commercial ports, but later it can be upgraded into military port. So if Chinese military is there to protect the commercial investments, then Chinese military will be there. Chinese military is there, then it will become a military port. So India feels that these ports, the original intention of China is only developing military port. So in the name of commercial activity, they are trying to build military ports. This will become a security threat for India. Okay. So this is called string of pearls policy. Why means because in the Indian Ocean, like that string of pearls means that means like a chain. They are developing ports which encircles India in Indian Ocean. So for example, you can note down the name of this port. This Yakpi port, Chittagong port of Bangladesh, Hambantota port of Sri Lanka, and then Malé port of Maldives, Gwadar port of Pakistan. Okay, and then port said. So up to this, that means in Indian Ocean altogether, Chinese domination is increasing. This is a security threat for India. So this is the understanding. Okay. So actually the original intention of China is commercial. Even though it is commercial, later it will become military. That is the understanding. And even you see now what happened. China invested heavily in Sri Lanka, and Sri Lanka were not in a position to give back the money and the interest to China. That's why Sri Lanka gave the Hambantota port lease to China for 19 years, 1 year back. That means now Hambantota port belongs to China. Okay, so like that, and in Maldives also it was like this. In Malé port, Chinese ships, naval ships were standing in Malé port. That means everywhere, wherever they build ports, they contribute to the our Indian neighboring country, and the Chinese influence is increasing. This is against the interest of India. So this is called string of pearls policy. String of pearls policy. India doesn't like China coming and intervening or having a foothold in Indian Ocean. That's why India is having a common understanding with the Quad countries. Indo-Pacific region. Pacific means Indian Ocean. Indo region means India. So in these two regions, all these four countries doesn't want Chinese domination. Okay, so we have to be prepared against this string of pearls. See, we can't go and stop our neighboring countries getting money from China and allowing China to come and develop their territory. That is not at all possible. So in return, what we have to do, we have to find it. Okay, so strategies to counter the string of pearls policy. So we have these 5 strategies. So strategy number one is we should have a very strong look east policy. Now look east have become act east policy. Both are same. That means more emphasis. So that means like China is increasing its presence in Indian Ocean, we have to increase our presence with our eastern neighbor like Vietnam, Philippines, Taiwan, South Korea, Japan. So in this area we have to develop. So that is called strong with these countries, with our eastern, all these eastern neighbors doesn't like China. So we have to strengthen our relationship with our eastern neighbors. That is Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and Asian countries. So act east policy. We have strengthened that, but we have to have more relation with them to counter China, because all these countries have common understanding against each other. Okay, so this is one thing. South China, that means Southeast Asian countries means all countries, which includes Vietnam, Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, Singapore, etc., Indonesia, etc. All countries, all 10 countries will come. Okay, all 10 countries except Myanmar are friendly with India and they don't like China. And then the other thing is we have to strengthen put your question at the end of the class. Malaysia doesn't like China, but Malaysia and India also doesn't like. That is the other thing. Now there is a regime change in Malaysia. Okay, I will answer all the questions at the end. Okay, don't ask questions now. And then we have to strengthen our neighborhood relationship, SAARC relation. Because all our neighboring countries, that means, see, put your question at the end of the class. Okay. So the thing is, you can ask all your questions at the end of the class. Okay. So all our neighboring countries are giving their ports for China to develop. So for commercial purpose, later become military. So this India doesn't like. So what we have to do is we have to contribute to our neighbors. We have to help Maldives, we have to help Sri Lanka, we have to help Bangladesh, so that those countries will not go into the trap of China. And then the other thing is Chabahar port. See, this is Gwadar port. This is Gwadar port. SAARC means that means this is the association of these countries, India and its neighbors. Okay, South Asian Federation. Okay, India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and includes Afghanistan also. India, South Asian Forum. Okay, so the point is, this Pakistan is developing this Gwadar port. So Pakistan has given this particular port to China. China is now developing it. So because of the Chinese presence will increase in Arabian Sea. And note that this is our oil supply route. This is through this only our oil trade is there. If Chinese ship is coming like this, Indian ship is going like this, problem maker. So what India is doing is, in order to balance Chinese presence in Arabian Sea, 100 miles away from Gwadar port, here, India is developing the Chabahar port in Iran. In West Asia also we have discussed this. So India is developing this port. So to see to that, China will not dominate this territory. So this is why the Chabahar port is very, very important to India to counter Chinese presence because of the Gwadar port of Pakistan. Okay, and then there is one more initiative is there. We will discuss that later. That initiative is called Asia-Africa Growth Corridor. So like China is developing ports all along the trade routes of China, India also wanted to develop a trade route. India along with Japan, Africa, India, South Asia and Japan. So this is called AAGC, Asia, Africa, Asia Growth Corridor. So China is developing its own trade route, like that India and Japan are developing our trade route, which connects Africa, sea route, which connects Africa, South Asia, that is India, Southeast Asian countries and Japan. So that is called AAGC. So this is a counter China project, this corridor. Okay, we will discuss that later. Okay, and then if you are not able to do any of these things successfully, means ultimate idea is we have to openly go and collaborate with US. Okay, so US is already having one plan called Asia Pivot Plan. Yeah, what is Asia Pivot Plan? I will tell you. Okay, so these are the 5 measures, counter string of pearls measure. If China is trying to dominate Indian Ocean, means what India have to do? India have to strengthen our relation with our eastern neighbors. That is number 1. We have to have cooperation with our neighbors. SAARC means South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation. This is a South Asian forum. And then more concentration on Chabahar port. And then we can develop along with the Japan. We can, this is with Japan. Along with Japan, we can develop the Asia-Africa Growth Corridor, and nothing worse means we have to openly join with US. So I'll show you a map. This is Asia Pivot. See the countries who are shown in this color. This rose one. They are all allies of US, or US presence is there in these countries. They are friends of US. The countries which are shown in this black color, they are all enemies of US. Now we can also include this Pakistan also. These countries are friends of China and enemies of US. And the third group which are shown in red one. For example, take India. India, China, this red country, the country shown in red color doesn't like China. They have common understanding against China. And they are friends of US also. But they will not openly oppose China by supporting US. That means these countries are in the neutral. For example, India's case is India anytime may join US camp to counter China. Like that it is there. So we are in the cat on the wall position. The countries, you have to note that they doesn't like China, but they won't do anything against China openly. So that those countries, India, the Central Asian countries, some Asian countries. But other Asian countries like Vietnam, Philippines and all, you have to note that these countries, Japan, South Korea, Australia and all, openly they are against China. India also doesn't like China. That means we have a common understanding, but we are not doing it openly against China by supporting US. That means anytime India may step into that US camp to counter China. But India will never enter into US camp to openly counter China. Why? Means because we have border problems, no? We have border problems. China will provoke India. Or if at all there is a fight between US and China, means the fight will be in this territory. India have to fight a war with China. US will support India, but that means in India will be a battleground. So that means India will feel the heat. Okay, so that means India have to face lot of loss. The battlefield will be in Indian soil that India cannot afford. This is the problem. So if China is doing more against India, means what we have to do? We have to turn into US ally, open US ally against China and contain China. This is the last option available to India. Okay. So this is string of pearls and counter string of pearls policy. So string of pearls is a policy of China to encircle India in Indian Ocean by developing ports all along the trade routes of China. India feels that it is a security threat for India in the future. That's why India doesn't want China to have a foothold in Indian Ocean. And Australia, US, Japan, these countries also doesn't want China to have a foothold in this particular trade, in South China Sea and also in Indian Ocean. That's why we have a joint understanding against China with respect to Indo-Pacific region. This is Indo. Indo means Indo. This is Pacific region. So this is string of pearls policy. So I will answer all the questions at the end. Okay. Only one small topic is there. We'll finish that and then we'll go for the question and answer session. So India doesn't like China having foothold in this two area. 1, 2. Both are against the interest of India. And regarding this, we have a common understanding with Japan, Australia, US, etc. So this is counter string of pearls policy. We have to join US. That is our last option. Okay. And then, so continuation of this string of pearls theory. So see, the countries which are shown in red color, they are all under Chinese control. The countries in green color, they doesn't like China. Okay, so particularly with respect to Indo-Pacific, this area, including Russia. Russia also doesn't like China. Note this. Why? Means because Russia and China today, they may, in short term, you have to note that they may have an understanding, but against US, but they are all enemies. There are two power centers. Two power centers mean they will fight with each other. So these countries already got a lot of money from China. They are under debt trap. Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Myanmar, now Nepal. Okay, all these countries. Okay, so that you have to. So extension of this particular, that means the extension of this particular policy is this maritime Silk Road. Okay, maritime Silk Road policy. So what is this maritime Silk Road? I will tell you. See, actually, now China is actualizing that particular string of pearls policy. Earlier it was a theory, but now China is implementing the string of pearls policy. Actually, China wanted to see, this is China's Silk Road, old Silk Road. So old Silk Road connects China with European countries. This is old Silk Road, trade route. So now China wanted to revive the old Silk Road. So what China did is, in order to promote China's presence, that means particularly the commercial presence in Asia, Africa and Europe, China was initially going for 2 projects. One project they call it as Silk Road Economic Belt. Another project they call it as Maritime Silk Road. So this Silk Road Economic Belt is actually, this was the initial plan, I'm telling you. Okay, I will show you more maps. Okay. So this is the initial. So by doing this, already you know the Pacific side of China only the entire population is living. The Pacific side of China is being connected to the Central Asia, West Asia, to the Europe through land route, that is called Silk Road Economic Belt. And another route through sea also, China is trying to connect Africa, Asia, Europe. So this are the 2 projects announced by Chinese President Xi Jinping. Okay, first let us take this Silk Road Economic Belt, which is a road project. So regarding Silk Road Economic Belt, we don't have any security threat because this is not at all, this route is not at all related with India. No security threat is there. So using the Silk Road Economic Belt, what China is trying to do, I will tell you. So China wanted to, see, already we know the inner part of China, this region is not developed. This region is called Xinjiang region. Okay, Uyghur province of China. Okay, so this region is underdeveloped. The people are protesting against China. This because these people are Muslims. They are with this particular community. Actually, they have to be with this community, but China is under to control of this territory since the day one. So ultimately, what happens is China, by developing this particular territory, this road, it can develop the inner part of China because big communication line is going, and then it will have a foothold in Central Asia, and it will enter Europe. So already we know in the new great game, China is showing more interest in developing exploiting oil from the Central Asia. So China is putting a big road in that particular territory. So that means understanding is transportation means more communication. More communication means more interaction, more trade. So China is one step ahead than India in the Central Asian initiative, because the Central Asia, you have to note that this entire area. So in Central Asia, oil is available. India also wanted to access the oil, but China is already accessing that particular territory. India doesn't have access. Last class itself we discussed because of Pakistan. Now Iran is also under trouble because of US. Okay, so India for Connect Central Asia initiative, India is having. So these are all the objectives of China regarding Silk Road economic. But one objective is it can develop the inner part of China. Second, it can have foothold in Central Asian region where oil is available. Okay, so Chinese influence in this region is in Central Asia is increasing because of the communication road. Okay, so if you have communication means then you can go there. If you can go there means you can influence the people. Beyond that, there is no other security, military based security threat for India with respect to Silk Road economic belt. Silk Road economic, that you have. Okay, then coming to the maritime Silk Road. So China, what it is doing is to have a reliable access to Indian Ocean. What China is doing? China is developing ports everywhere. Okay, so this is the initial plan. What is the original plan? No one knows. So India thinks that this maritime Silk Road, which is a sea route, is nothing but the implementation of the string of pearls policy. So this, if China implements this maritime Silk Road, which is a sea route, means India is under threat, direct threat from China. So this is the understanding. I will show you more, ma'am. So initially 2 projects, but now what China is doing is China have announced more projects and interconnecting everything. Okay, see, this is another map. That both the projects now it is been called one belt one road policy, or one road one belt policy, OBOR, one belt one road policy. Okay, so this one is land route, this is land route, this is sea route. It is now what it is doing is it is interconnecting all the region. This is sea route now. Here means it is touching Sri Lanka. Okay, and it is also touching Bangladesh, Myanmar, etc. So this is the sea route, and it is interconnecting. For example, you see China through this corridor. This is called CPEC, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. It is trying to connect Indian Ocean. So already we know what is the ultimate idea of China. China wanted to connect Indian Ocean. So from Chinese mainland, Kashgar region, KASHGAR, from Kashgar region, China is developing China-Pakistan Economic Corridor up to Gwadar. It can reach in Arabian Sea. So through this road, this is called economic corridor, roadways, railways, and oil pipeline. Okay, so instead of China directly depending on this, what China can do? China through this also directly through oil and gas pipeline, it can get all the things. Okay, and this is CPEC. Sorry, this is BMIC, Bangladesh, India, Myanmar, China cooperation. So India is also cooperating in this, and China is also building railways everywhere inside Africa also. Why means because, so for example, if we have built the railway means from here, some particular resource will be there. So directly they can take it to the harbor, and from the harbor, China will take it to China. So this is another plan. Okay, so now the present plan. Earlier, only 2 projects, and not only that, it is also connecting Mongolia, it is also connecting Russia. Through Russia also it is connecting Europe. So wherever China is having interest in Europe, Asia and Africa, China is interconnecting this particular territory. The biggest problem for China implementing this one belt, one road policy is the CPEC. The CPEC territory, it is going across our POK region. POK region means it is a land which is claimed by India. India, it is Kashmir. Kashmir is a bilateral problem between India and Pakistan. But Pakistan allows China's investment in POK. That means if they investment, their security forces also will come there. So literally, it is a big problem for India that in our northwest provinces, the Chinese presence is increasing. So this is the reason why India did not join the Belt and Road Initiative. So in the Belt and Road Initiative, they called India also to come and join. Okay, but India did not join because this CPEC is affecting the territorial sovereignty of India, because it is going towards our Kashmir, which is under the control of Pakistan. This is a bilateral problem between India and Pakistan. China should not invest heavily in POK. That's why India did not join this Belt and Road Initiative. So what China, see, this is another map. Okay, so this is what China is doing. So wherever China is having interest, China is simply connecting all the territory. That's it. Okay. And then what China is telling is, China has invited nearly 100 countries to come and join the BR. Simply it is called BRI, Belt and Road Initiative. Why? Means because China said that if you come and join, means China will give money, you can develop industry, mining, oil, gas pipeline, trains, okay, and goods, etc. Everything will be there. So Chinese money will flow. China is having lot of money. China will help. So even China said that India have to come and join the Chinese initiative. Then along with the China, India also can use that particular that route, and we can get developed. But India now is not ready to join the Belt and Road Initiative. That you have, because India openly rejected the Chinese offer because it is affecting our territorial integrity. It is affecting the territorial integrity. So this is this is not, that means this Belt and Road Initiative, the new Silk Road of China is not, we don't know what is the original plan. Okay, so slowly it is developing. Okay, slowly it is developing this territory. It's going to connect all the areas where China is having interest, whether it is Asia, Africa, and Europe. In all the territory where China is having interest, China is interconnecting using roadways, railways, seaways, etc. Okay, so this is China's Belt and Road Initiative. Okay, don't worry. When the regular class starts, I will share everything with the transcript of the class. Okay, anyway, just listen. Okay, so this is OBOR. India did not join the OBOR or Belt and Road Initiative. Okay, so how to approach this? See, we actually doesn't have a clarity what China is trying to do. What is the original plan of China? Earlier, China said that only two projects, Silk Road Economic Belt and Maritime Silk Road. But now China is interconnecting everything, circling. See, earlier we said that only in Indian Ocean we are being encircled, but in all the 4 sides now India is being encircled. What is China's intention? Whether it is only economic or whether it is military, we don't. So there is a two-way approach is there. One approach we call it as, it is based on geo-economic relation. That means China is doing this only for commercial purpose. So India, there is no need for India to get afraid of this. So what India have to do is, India have to openly cooperate with China, and China will develop. India also can develop along with China. So that idea, that is geo-economic relation. Because some people are asking these people, what if, see, China is our enemy, why are you making our enemy more strong by helping our enemy? See, if India cooperates with China in this issue, means China also will be happy with India. Then where is the problem? No problem will be there. Then where war comes, no war will be there, no chance for war. Two countries are getting benefit from each other, means those countries will not go for war. China and India will become friends. So no problem will be there. This is the first rationale, geo-economic rationale. This is purely a liberal idea, neoliberal idea. Approach this issue only in commercial point of view. On the other side, another group is there. So these people, what they are doing is they wanted to approach this in security point of view. They are telling this is not a maritime Silk Road. This is not Belt and Road Initiative. This is nothing but string of pearls only. It is trying to contain India. India will get security threat. India will be contained. Once China become very strong, if India helps China to become very strong, then China will invade India like that. So we should cooperate with US, do something to sabotage this project by not cooperating with China. So this is the reason why China is provoking India. We are not cooperating with China. China is going for a big plan. Indians doesn't want China to become very big. Because China become very big means it is a threat to India and the entire region. That is the reason China is provoking. Why can't you cooperate with me? If you are not cooperating with me means then come to war. So this is what China is doing in the border. It's not actually border dispute. This is because India did not join the Belt and Road Initiative. So ultimately, what we have to do, both the idea is correct only. See, commercially, because we doesn't have money to develop our trade route. China is doing it. China is inviting India. When China invites, if we go and join, when China will be happy. So this Belt and Road Initiative is the Xi Jinping's idea. We are not cooperating with Xi Jinping's idea. That's why Xi Jinping is doing all the mischief against India. So cooperate with China. China will be Xi Jinping will be a friend. Like that, one approach is clear. That is, to some extent, it is correct, but not completely. On the other side, the security people always give more emphasis to security. Whatever India-China issue is there, they will see only in war security based. That is also not correct. That is also not correct. Okay. See, you can ask all your question at the end of the class. Okay. Just ask all your question at the end of the class. Okay. You can lower your hands. So this is the issue. So what is the ultimate idea of India? What India have to do? So you ask your question at the end of the class. Ultimate, so in 5 minutes I will complete it. Okay. So ultimate idea is India have to go for the third way, the Indian way. That is the middle path. Middle path. See what will happen if India joins the Belt and Road Initiative? China will become stronger, and the project is a Chinese dominated. So what India can do is but India is not joining as of now because of the territorial integrity problem, because of the CPEC, saying that as the reason. So what India can do is India can join China and help China to develop. At the same time, India have to ensure that our friends are also entering into that particular plan. Japan, Australia, US. Because China alone cannot develop this region. Why? Means because if China heavily investing all this, see the countries cooperating with the China, if you see the list, you can understand. Bangladesh, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Pakistan, Sudan. So these countries are dummy countries. That means they are not at all strong countries. They are only in the receiving end. So China with its own might fully have to enter this particular project. If the projects become a hit, China will be number one. If the project becomes a flop, China will go down. Because China has already heavily invested in these countries. And in the short term or medium term, no returns is there for China. Because other big countries, good countries are not cooperating. For example, our Southeast Asian countries are not cooperating with China. India is not cooperating. Arabian countries are not cooperating. So in that circumstances, China is the only country in that particular group who can contribute. Other countries wanted to get the benefit. For example, the countries who are getting benefit, take Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka got all the money from China. Now Sri Lanka is not in a position to pay back. Now Sri Lanka have to give its support to China itself. So this is a problem for Sri Lanka also, debt problem. Okay. So everybody have fallen into the debt trap. And for China, a lot of investment are already done, but no sight for any returns. Okay, because all the countries are failure countries. Where China has invested, these countries are failure initiative. The Chinese Belt and Road Initiative is not working well. Okay, so that's why China is very angry with India. This is the main reason. Okay. And see, when China wanted India to come to the Belt and Road Initiative, India said that belt is only for dogs. So India will not enter the Belt and Road. It is only for dog. India is a tiger. So India openly defied China. That's why China, what it is doing, it is provoking India. It is provoking India. Okay. Suppose if India boycotts China and all the other countries join Chinese camp and Belt and Road becomes a success, means this is our infrastructure position. Can understand? This is our infrastructure position. India will get into trouble. So other countries will cooperate. Everybody will get benefit except India. So see, the thing is very clear. Either we have to join China and get the benefit. Number one. Or scenario number two, if India is not joining China, means this project should become a failure project. If India did not join China's initiative and this project becomes a success, means this is our push. Okay, so we will be at the loser. After that, we can't go and join. China will not allow India. Okay, so this is the other question. So what China is doing? China is telling, Xi Jinping is telling that this can unite Asia, Africa, and Europe. And it is isolating US. That's why US, along with Australia, Japan, and India, they are putting pressure to China by not cooperating with China in this particular. Okay, so this is India-China. Again, we'll be discussing India-China with respect to Pakistan and some other countries. Okay, so this is what you should know basically about China. Why China is provoking India in the borders now? This is not at all, China is not at all interested in the borders. Okay, it is trying to expand, yes, that I accept, but ultimate intention is China took an initiative. India is not cooperating with China. So only China is giving pressure to India that you have to come and join me. Otherwise, I will create problem like this. Otherwise, we have to go for a war. So it is a message to India. Now I will answer the questions. Okay. One by one, I will answer the questions. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, Sridarshini. Yes.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. Good afternoon. Yes.
Sir, you said about the visa problem, sir, between China and
yes.
Arunachal Pradesh. So, is it citizenship of Arunachal Pradesh? I mean, the peoples are Indians only, no, sir?
They are Indians. They are Indian citizen, resident of Arunachal Pradesh. But Arunachal Pradesh, China says that it is China's. That's the problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So the other thing is in the South Asian Sea, whether US has any naval bases.
No, so far doesn't have naval base, but US ships are entering the territory, which China doesn't. This is what happening in the last month.
Okay, sir. Have they any friend? I mean, friend countries in South Asian Sea, sir? US.
US, all the countries are friendly countries to US because all the countries are enemies of China.
But they don't have any naval bases, right?
No direct naval base in South China Sea.
Yes, sir.
Near Japan, they are having that and all, okay, but not in South China Sea.
Okay, sir.
So China is the biggest problem for China.
Yes, sir.
China worries that US may come and create a naval base near South China Sea. Then it will become a direct security problem for China. That's why China is claiming the entire South China Sea.
The other thing is, you said that Iran is the enemy of US, no, sir?
Yes, as of now.
But before we saw that US was trying to be friendly with Iran because of AFCON.
Yes. Yes, now again the policy has been reversed. That's all.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So earlier, Obama administration wanted to develop a region, but Trump administration reversed all the policy.
Okay, sir. And the last thing is, as you said that China doesn't need any of the territorial, but it just focuses on.
See what is there in the territory. It is a rugged land, but our problem. Why? See, it is a rugged land. Why can't we leave it? If we leave it, means China will further enter and further create problem. Okay. For China, the biggest problem is India not for China to develop. That is the problem.
So actually, Actually, China needs it needs to be friendly with India on based on BRICS. So why
Yes.
can't it be diplomatic with India and access Indian
See,
Ocean? So
yes, see, actually, they were diplomatic with India only. They sent their friendly delegation to India to come and join Belt and Road Initiative. India rejected.
I'm saying in case of Akshay Chin, sir, like why can't they just support us or
See,
be in
we
this
are
way?
not, no, no, the point is we are, see, China wanted to become number one. For that, India is not cooperating with China. That's why China is punishing India through oxygen.
Okay, sir.
Can understand. So
Yes, sir.
what China expects from India is, see, I am now going to compete with the US, you help me. You
Mm,
change all your policies such that it will help
mm,
this objective. But Indian
mm,
policy is always against China, but that too after 1962. So this
mm.
is the problem. So
Okay,
China only did the mistake in 1962
okay, sir.
by waging a war with India. After that, how can we go friendly with the China?
Yes,
So
sir.
for permanently, India will be a problem for China. Like how Pakistan is there for India, like that India will be there for China.
Okay, sir.
No
Okay,
problem.
sir. Uh, Thank you, sir.
Supriyo? Yes.
Hello.
Yes. So ask slowly, not loudly. Slowly.
Yes, sir. Actually,
Yes. No.
you just you just
See, you
talked about.
ask slowly. I'm not. It's very loud. Very, very loud. Okay. Ask slowly. I'll answer.
Okay, sir. Means you just told about one road initiative, right, sir?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
In that means, is it the means collection of means it's this a joint means the land and maritime.
All the initiative, what all China is doing, it is, see, earlier it was only two projects. Now it is trying to interconnect the entire area where China is having interest, which includes the two main projects. And
Okay, means,
other projects, supplementary projects are also there.
apart from that, also means China is also
See,
unwilling.
hey, ask slowly, man. My here is, I'm not able to hear properly.
Uh, apart from these two means initiatives, that is this maritime and.
I'm not able to hear. It's very, very loud. Okay. It's hurting my ear.
Is it okay now?
No. Reduce your voice.
Sir, actually, I'm speaking very distant from my laptop. That's why it means. Is
Okay,
it okay?
okay. Now a little better. Okay, now you ask me. Yes.
Okay. I'm asking that this OBO initiative, is it the collection of these two only? Means that land and maritime.
No, see, initially it was two big projects. Now, OBOR or Belt and Road Initiative is the two big projects plus additional projects. All the projects. I have shown map, no? Collectively, see, earlier it was only two projects. But now, lot of other projects are also there. Okay, the two projects plus other projects. Wherever China is having interest in these three continents, China is interconnecting all the territory. Okay,
Okay.
land, roadways, railways, pipeline, etc. etc.
Okay. So we can say that these two projects.
Hey, don't get excited. Ask slowly, man. Yes.
Slowly only, sir.
Oh, see, your voice is too loud. I am not able to hear.
Uh, Sir, so we can say that these two projects are subpart of this OBO, right?
Some part of
Are subparts of this means are subparts means it is included in means it is just a part
all.
of it's
Which
just a part.
one? Which one?
These two means that land and maritime this the initial ones are part of this.
You have to reduce your voice. I am not able to hear properly. The point is, earlier two big projects plus all small projects combinedly we call it as OBOR or Belt and Road Initiative. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, Raja.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
Raja.
sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, when we take the string of pearls map,
Okay.
we have the port at Myanmar, sir.
கொஞ்சம் இல்ல கிளியரா பேசுறதும் லவுடா பேசுறதும் வித்தியாசம் இருக்கா இல்லையா பயங்கரமா சவுண்டா இருக்குது
Yeah, yeah. Am I audible now, sir?
Hey, it is loud.
Is it loud? Okay. I'm actually connected to the earphone. Okay, now is it okay?
A little better. Okay.
Okay, sir. So when we take the string of pearls map,
Yes.
there we have a port at Myanmar.
Yes.
So in the even if China is connecting through these strings of pearl, how is it going to be dangerous, sir? Because anyways, it can't access the sea route.
Again, come again.
Even if it is going to activate the string of pearls map,
Okay.
it cannot access the sea route, right, sir? Because you don't have any sea route connecting from Myanmar. You have only ports over there.
No. See, actually, through this also, China has connected Myanmar through land also.
No, near Cambodia, the Thailand port.
See, you are not understanding. Chinese presence is there in those countries. It is not good for India. That's all. How to
Okay.
this Malacca state they will access? Very simple. See,
Anyways,
one route is vulnerable to me. Yes, but the point is, I am increasing my presence by increasing my investment there. Okay, my presence is near that particular territory. See, it is not that China will completely cut down this particular route. Okay, through this only it is everyone. But in and around this particular territory in general, China is investing heavily, and if it comes to that vulnerable point, means all the area around that particular area they are all now under Chinese control because of Chinese investment.
Okay.
So what you are asking is how come they access this Myanmar route? Means through this only. And not only that, see, from this particular port, there is a railways connecting China directly. If you have railways, carry any amount of goods, no?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so it is a complex network. That's the understanding. Yes.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, Deepika. Yes, Deepika. Hello? Deepika? Archana?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this BMIC corridor, have we implemented it yet?
See, if you have this connection, means India also will get benefit, no?
No, sir, I'm asking, have we implemented it already?
See, that was before this big plan, that was a regional plan. Okay, so we did not see much problem when we connect Bangladesh. It is something like this. Okay, India, Bangladesh, Myanmar, China. Okay, so that was not a problem. But now this BMIC now became a part of the big One Belt One Road BRI policy.
So we are not implementing this because of the security issues and related.
Here no security issue is there. India voluntarily joined this because we need cooperation with Bangladesh, Myanmar, no?
So maybe because it became a part of OBOR, we are not interested in implementing it. That's what
we are interested. See, what I'm telling is, now generally all the Chinese initiative, we call it as Belt and Road Initiative. Okay. Two main projects, lot of sub-projects. One of the sub-project is BCMI, which India cooperated. By the time India did not know this entire project. India did not have the entire picture. Okay. But regarding BCMI, India have no problem. So there is no issue. But India is not very active, but we are connecting Myanmar and Bangladesh. No issue.
Okay. No. And regarding the string of pearls map that you showed, all the ports that were there, actually, was it only an idea or in reality all those ports were constructed?
So earlier it was just an idea. But later,
because yes, sir. I see a map in Andaman and I see a port in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, so I'm confused because it's an Indian port.
No. So that this is not where is Andaman? This is not Andaman Nicobar.
Below Myanmar?
No, some northern islands of the Andaman Nicobar belongs to Myanmar.
Okay. So
Entire island is not Indian island. See, that is actually the extension of the Himalayan mountains in the sea.
Okay, sir.
In Himalayan mountain, how it is there, I will tell you. See this map. See here. 1 minute. See, Himalayan mountain is like this. Okay.
Okay.
And then in the when it comes to the northeastern part, it takes a U bend, and it is like this. Okay, can you understand? So
Yes, sir. Yes.
this Andaman Island is a Himalayan mountain only. Actually, in geography you will read it. Okay. So, but it is submerged in the sea. Only the peak only now we call it as island. Okay. There are some island, these mountains are there here. One of these islands are under the control of man.
Okay. And regarding Nathula Pass, sir, recent Chinese incursions were at Nathula Pass. Is it the same thing or is it different?
See, Nakula, both two different passes. Nathula is a trade route. Nakula is another pass.
It's also near Sikkim, right, sir?
In and around Sikkim only. Sometimes, see, you have to check it. This I don't know. Sometimes what they will do is they start at the local name they will be giving. Okay, so again check it. Nathula is the main pass.
Okay.
Nakula is another pass. I think check it. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, you verify that.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, Murli Krishna.
Sir, well, regarding the concluding session, you said that India can make the Belt and Road Initiative not to work. Isn't that affecting our Panchashil principle?
Come again. India
can also try to China not to implement the Belt and Road Initiative. So you won't that be affecting our Panchashil principle?
See, the thing, no. It is not that we have to go and do sabotage activity. Don't cooperate, okay? Don't go and join. That itself will make this project a failure because India is the main country. If India joins, means all the Southeast Asian countries will join. Arab countries will join. So because of India only, China is having all this problem.
Yeah, okay,
if we are not cooperating with China is because India is not cooperating.
Sir, can you frame a question regarding today's class mains question?
You just put a message in Telegram. I will do it. I will give you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Pavitran?
Hello, Ji.
Yes, Pavitran. Yes.
Ji, what is the relationship that China have with its western neighbors such as Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan? You know, these are Muslim majority countries, some of them.
And they don't
China
like
have issues.
No, China and those countries doesn't have any direct conflict. But because the western province of China, you have this Uyghur region, no?
Yeah.
People are closely culturally connected with the Central Asian countries. Okay, so because China is fighting against them, Central Asian countries doesn't like China. That is the understanding. But China is one of the major customer to Central Asian countries. And now China is also building that big road also. Okay.
Then why are they entertaining and letting the China build a road on their territory if they don't like?
See, a relation between two countries is not just if you want the answer for that question, means India and China enemies, no?
Yeah.
Then why for India largest trade partner is China? You answer that.
Because
largest
that is
trade
a
partner.
viable option for India. For economy, it is a
same,
viable option.
Same reason. Okay. Military, economy, both are different. Okay. Yes.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
So I was reading an article in Forbes that talked about that since India is not allowing China into, like, the Malacca Strait can be an issue to China, so they are planning for a substitute route in the Northern Sea, which will go up and around Russia.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, sir. So
They're
what
having
is
it.
it all about?
See, actually, this area, this Malacca Strait route is vulnerable to China.
Yes, sir.
So China is now exploring other ways to connect Europe and other world. One route is through connecting the northern pole. That's all. That is the northern sea route. See, northern sea route, all countries are doing it, trying to do it. But the problem is northern sea. You have to know that the Arctic sea is there during winter. It will be frozen. No? So
Yes, sir.
they have their own problems.
So, sir, in any way, is India related? I mean, will there be a problem for India if
India-China, no. India-China doesn't have any problem with respect to North China Sea, I mean, North Sea route, no issue. But
okay.
but everybody wanted to connect, no. So we want multiple connection, complex connections, no. Everybody will try. Suppose this route is blocked, means they will try to use the other. So for that only, China is trying in every possible way to connect. See, through Myanmar they are connecting, through Pakistan they are connecting, through Maritime Silk Road they are connecting. So China want a connection, multiple connections. So that multiple connection means no problem. Otherwise, if China depends upon only the Malacca statement, US will come and occupy that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Yes, Revati.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yes.
So, I would like to know about the third approach that India.
Okay, I'll tell you. See, the thing is, we have two. One, we have to cooperate with China. Second choice, we have to cooperate with US and sabotage China's effort. So both are not for India. If you cooperate with China, means China is everybody know the what do you say? How China reacts, how China. That means we can't trust China. That is the understanding. So the first choice is not fully good for India. But if you are looking for the second choice, means then China will wage war with India.
Okay.
US will come to our rescue, but in our country we have to fight. See, in our
India becomes a battlefield.
Okay. So this is also not good. So China is our neighbor. US is our distant friend.
Okay.
Because our friend is there in the other part of the world, that doesn't mean that we have to go against our China. So see, we need China also in some extent. We need US also in some extent. Why means I am telling you. In all security related issue, China is our enemy. US is our partner today.
Okay.
But in all socio-economic related issue, China is our friend. US is our in WTO, etc. Mainly in WTO, climate change. And US and India are in the opposite side. China is our ally in climate change and WTO.
Okay.
Both the people. So what we have to do? We have to go for the third choice, the non-alignment. We want China. We want US. We will cooperate with China and bring US. So US also will happy. China also to some extent will happy. Why means because it is now China is alone, struggling to implement this project. Okay, if it becomes a failure, then China will go down. So if in that particular case, if India cooperate, China, US also comes, at least China can safeguard its economy. At least China will be happy with that. So it cannot get any political advantage, but economically it will be safe. So that's why India have to join the third side. One, by joining this, China will be happy, India-China relation will develop. By bringing this particular project, US also will be happy. China cannot dominate India. Both our objectives will be solved. That's why I said the third.
Okay. Okay, we have to bring US to the project also, sir.
Yes. If you alone going and joining in, China will become strong and it will be a problem for India.
Okay.
Joining in, China will provoke. So what we have to do, join and be friendly with China to ensure China, that means China should not dominate India, bring US and Japan, Australia into this camp. Everybody will be happy. It is a happy ending for everyone. Everybody will do something and gain everything.
Okay, sir. So it told that the China cannot access this Malacca Strait. So
it is accessing it. No, it is accessing it. But the route is vulnerable. Vulnerable because the people in and around Malacca Straits are enemies of China. They don't like China.
Okay, at any time the attack
they
can
may
take
go
place.
against China. Yes, by joining with the US.
Okay, sir. So
Okay.
another doubt is, sir, this Belt and Road Initiative, is this China-Pakistan economic corridor a part of it?
Yes. See,
Okay.
just understand. Earlier, it announced two big projects: road route, sea route.
Okay.
Now it is interconnecting all the territory in Africa, Asia, and Europe, wherever China is having it. So Belt and Road Initiative is a full blueprint. Can you understand?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In that, two mega projects: road project, Silk Road project. Other sub project is CPEC, BMIC, all other projects are.
So it's fine, sir. So my third doubt is like the stapled visa is exclusively for just Arunachal residents.
Jammu Kashmir resident.
Jammu and Kashmir residents.
Not for
Okay.
us. Not for it. It is not for us.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So in fourth thing is yesterday's Hindu newspaper, there is an article about this particular issue relating to South China Sea and a verdict from the PCA.
International Court. Okay.
International Court, sir. So in that, I noticed one specific statement made by them is that this island, Spratly Island, it is not qualified as an island.
Yes. Yes.
I didn't get that, sir.
See, actually, island means it is not a very big island. Sri Lanka is a big island, but sometimes a small land mass will appear above the sea. That is also an island, but you can't go and live there. Can you understand?
Okay.
See, those Spratly Island, all islands are not habitable.
Okay.
For example, what will happen is some bushes will be there. That's all. You can't go and land there. You can't even go and take rest there. Like that, also island will be there. But a land will emerge over this. You can understand. So now, not only that, China is also making artificial island over in the South China Sea. Okay, and it is trying to have a harbor there. Okay, so you can understand. Small island. Small means you can't build a home there like that, but island is there. So for example, some bushes or some coconut trees will be there like that.
Okay. So
yes.
So that's a reason why that why that statement is important. Like, it is not an island anyway. They are occupying the territory, no, sir. Then
okay. See, suppose if it is not an island, so China is not showing interest. Means what will happen? US will come there, develop that island, artificial island, and it will have a base.
Okay, sir.
US will be under. I mean, China will be under trouble. US will be a threat to China. How saying string upwards like that? China is facing problem from US. US wanted to come and dominate South China.
Okay. So before the US too.
Yes, China using our neighbors, it is trying to have a foothold in Indian Ocean.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir.
US is trying to have a foothold in South China Sea with the neighbors of China.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Okay. Yes, Deepika.
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes.
Can you explain about the Siliguri corridor?
Siliguri corridor. See, Siliguri corridor is a narrow corridor in West Bengal to connect our northeastern. That is the only official route India is having to connect northeastern. So it is a very small territory. If China attacks India, means it will come and occupy the Siliguri corridor, cutting off mainland India with northeastern states. So India have to forget northeastern states.
They want to attack India means they will come and occupy that part.
See, normally a country will come and attack another country where they are vulnerable. Okay, so see this map. This is the narrow region. All they have to do is just to cut this territory. If they can occupy this 100 miles, India will lose the entire northeastern states.
So then, what is the tri-junction point between Sikkim, China, and Bhutan?
See, that is according to the map. All the three countries have borders, tri-junction. Okay, there only China is fortifying it. That's why India doesn't want China to fortify that.
That is near the Chambi Valley.
Yes, yes, Chumbi Valley in the near Siliguri corridor.
But Doklam is the region between, that is the dispute
Yes.
area between only and China and Bhutan.
Bhutan, okay, but yet it is very near to our Siliguri corridor, no? So this is just 100 miles, like that only distance will be there. See, China is very strong in Chumbi Valley, means our northeastern states will be lost. This is the understanding, very simple. If China attacks India, they will cut this Siliguri corridor.
So the northeastern states will be moved away.
That's we can't connect our northeastern states.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yes, Prithviraj. Prithviraj. Yes.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you have told some of the countries are not having diplomatic relations and opposing China, right? So,
yes. Not some of the country, Bhutan.
Yeah. So
okay.
It's like some of the Silk Road initiative is running those through the country. Are they supporting those initiative like India?
Which country?
Like those are the countries which are
no, like Bhutan. See, Bhutan is not cooperating. In Bhutan, no Belt and Road initiative that is not there in Bhutan.
Like whichever the countries which are running through this Silk Road are there.
They are cooperating. They are cooperating, but they are not contributing. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody have to contribute. No. Everybody have to spend the money. No. At least 1% or 10%, 90%. I will do 10%. You do. Nobody is cooperating. All 100% money is being invested by China alone. That makes China vulnerable. Becomes a success means hit super hit. Otherwise super flop. That's all.
Okay. Okay, sir. One more question on that. Is
Yes.
that roadmaps which are China is going to building by those to connect the
voice is not audible. The roadmap
is going to help by building those roads or just an initiative?
No, they are building it. They are already building it. Build it. All see. This is the ancient trade route. Now they are putting proper infrastructure by building the Silk Road economic belt.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. That's it.
Okay. Nehru's friendly approach to China wasn't productive. We went to war only. Yes, correct. Okay. India and US have good relationship. Anyway, India, Russia also good relationship. But US and Russia doesn't like each other. Okay, correct. India's relation with US affects India's relation with Russia. Yes. If yes, how is India tackling it? See, we are balanced. Using our diplomatic relation only we are doing it. Because India is an important country for both US and Russia also. So US want India for our market. Russia want India for our defense market. So both are friendly with India, so no issue. Okay, so this is our biggest challenge, foreign policy challenge, balancing the relationship between India-US relation and India-Russia relationship. Has it been under a situation to choose? Yes, US pressurized India not to buy arms from Russia. But India, so when US is telling this, India have to go and buy to show that Russia is our close ally. That means India is a close ally of Russia. So we will discuss that under when we are discussing Russia. Okay. So like that situation came some 2 years before during Trump's regime. But later US understood India's position with respect to Russia. Okay, so India is a friend of US and India is a friend of Russia. Is it possible for Russia, China to collaborate against US? Since all three of them are power-oriented countries, Russia, China, is it possible for Russia to collaborate against US? Then where three countries comes? Is it possible for Russia and China to collaborate against US? Yes. We are having one forum called RIC, Russia, India, China. All the three countries are having understanding against US in certain matters, particularly economy-based matters. Already I said, in socio-economic areas, US is our enemy. China is our ally. So under such situation, it highly unlikely, India will choose Russia, right? See, the thing is, depending upon the issue only, India will take side. If it is military-based demands, Russia is our close ally because we are using Russian equipment. US is also a defense partner. China is our enemy. But if it is economy-based demands, World Bank, IMF, WTO, like these issues, India allies with China. Okay. So India, China, US, India, China, Russia. This is an arc against Western influence. That is also is that. No roads and buildings can be built in disputed territory. How did road to Manasarovar built? Okay. See, I am telling. Manasarovar lake and Kailash region is not a disputed territory. Number one. Disputed territory means near borders only. If somebody is fortifying that much, it is a problem. So we wanted to access Manasarovar Kailash region. That's why already that road is there for centuries. Okay, so no issue is there. If no road and building can be built in disputed territory, how did roads to Manasarovar built through Lepu Lake, which is a disputed territory? See, India is trying to access that because we never thought that Nepal will go openly against India as of now. That's why we built that. This class over. Okay, CP is a part of OBOR. Yes. How China can put a road on another territory, how the another country will allow it. See, by having understanding only. Pakistan is allowing China to put road in Pakistan because Pakistan thinks that if China is also presence is there in Pakistan, then it will be a check for India like that. Notes, it is not possible. You have to read it from the newspaper only. Notes is not at all possible. But I will try to give the transcript of this, what we have discussed when you come to the regular class. Yesterday's article, UN class PCA verdict, oppose China claim. Will China stop arguing? No. See, already the Permanent Court of Arbitration gave a verdict in favor of Philippines against China. China did not accept it. Okay, so China is telling, see, I am going according to UN class agreement. From my beach, I am calculating 200 nautical miles. So that means the entire South China Sea comes under my control. So I will take it like that China is. Why did US abolish WTO? Who said US abolished WTO? Wrong understanding. We will discuss WTO in a separate class. US is not cooperating with the WTO. That may be okay. Not abolish. International organizations cannot be abolished by a single country. We have testing mains in bilateral. By the time we will complete the classes. After that we will see. Can China try Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean to connect Africa? See, direct route, indirect route is there, no? Direct route means short distance. Short distance means cost also is less. So if you want to do business with anyone, means the transportation is important. Shortest distance will cost you less. So all the Malacca Strait, through Malacca Strait connecting Africa is the shortest route. See, eating like this and eating like this also is there, not like this. What is the test portion class notes for current affairs? So you have to contact Shruti for this. Once show the India-China trade slide. Okay, I will show it. Okay, so total trade is $75 billion. Total deficit is $40 billion. That's all, only these two data. Okay, so that means we are exporting less, importing more. And the total trade may touch up to $1 trillion by 2050. Okay, so total trade is 75, $40 to $50 billion trade deficit we are having. And this, no need to note all these things, just note that all are finished product, this is raw material. and then string of pearls policy and maritime Silk Road are same. See, string of pearls policy is an idea. Maritime Silk Road is a project, Chinese project. Okay, so string of pearls is just in the mind only, idea. Analysts have projected like this. China is trying to dominate. It is an idea. Maritime Silk Road is a project. Sir, you said any country cannot build any infrastructure in a disputed territory, but POK is a disputed territory. China is doing it. That is the problem. Okay, so we have a dispute. China aggressively is doing it. For that, what India should have done is India should have gone to China, put a bomb on China, and ask China, don't do that. India doesn't have that capacity. Okay. See, two people are fighting for one particular thing. A third person is taking, means these two people doesn't have capacity to do that. That means Pakistan is allowing China. India is not able to contain China, stop China not to construct this. India doesn't have that capacity. That is the problem. China finished Doklam Road. What is India's stand? They have not finished Doklam Road. They have withdrew. No army is there so far near Doklam. Explain China-Hong Kong issue. China is a communist country. Hong Kong, they were under British rule. So they had a liberal principle. They had a democracy. Now Hong Kong is again given back to China because the lease period ended in 1997. So now China mainland is having communist ideology. Hong Kong is having democracy. Communism and democracy are against each other. That's the problem. So China wanted to bring Hong Kong under communist rule, but Hong Kong is not accepting it. Why is US abolishing WTO? No, US is not abolishing WTO. Okay, they are not going according to the rules of WTO. That's all. We will discuss that in a separate class. Okay, so we have good relation with Russia in socio-economic and security related issue. See, socio-economic, no big trade is there between India and Russia. Security related issue, good relation with Russia. See, regarding trade and all, we don't have much good relation with Russia because Russia is in a distant place. Okay, so entire Russia is living in the western part of Russia. Okay, how to connect Russia? We don't have a choice. It is a distant route. More distance means not good for business. That's why socio-economic, we don't have much relation with Russia. But India imports defense equipments from Russia. China have to invest much money to have Malacca Strait route. See, Malacca Strait is an international route. But everybody are against China. So to increase its presence, it is investing money. Then it is better to take indirect route. See, business means short route is important. Okay. See how we will eat, you will eat like this, not like this, like similarly. Okay, very simple. Okay. For China, accessing Malacca Strait to go to Indian Ocean is the shortest route. Shortest route is profitable. See, for example, you wanted to buy a pen, 10 rupees pen. Where you will go and buy? You have to go and buy in the neighboring shop. You should not go to Pune to the manufacturing unit and then buy for 10 rupees. For going to Pune and coming back, you have to spend 2,000, 3,000 rupees. Can you understand? Distance means money. Okay, short distance means profit. So business means direct route is good. Indirect, see, if you don't have other choice means then we can go. But road is there. It is an international corridor. Okay, but all the people are against China. So that's why China is increasing its. Okay. My telegram number is 80151353559. Okay, recently India banned Chinese apps. Why they banned? Our trade imports from China, we restricted in. See, using this apps, China is getting benefits, number one. Number two, these apps are stealing data from us. Because of these two reasons, we blocked the Chinese apps. So Chinese companies are losing revenue. So it is a lesson to China, number one. And number two, security purpose. Comment on US abolishing WTO. Who said US abolishing WTO? Why are you using this word? Complete wrong question. US not abolishing WTO. US not going according to WTO. Like that you should say. Because WTO wanted to open the economy. US is now closing its economy. US trade policies are against WTO policy. That's the reason. Does Taiwan come under rule of China, sir? No, Taiwan have a separate administration. But China says under one China policy, Taiwan, Tibet, mainland China is one China. Like that. What is stapled visa? See, earlier for Jammu Kashmir and Arunachal Pradesh resident and Indian citizen and resident of these two states, they did not get visa. Now they are giving visa, but they are not pasting it in their passport. Instead, they are pasting it in a separate paper. They can enter and while come back, they will remove that paper. So that in Indian passport, no proof will be there that he entered China and exit China. If they paste that Chinese visa in our passport, means then China accept that Jammu Kashmir and Arunachal Pradesh is not Chinese. That's it. Okay, thank you.